Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Marvin with the Family O, bringing to you guys, I guess we can call this the first of many episodes that are different tips and tricks for how to, automate your life as best as possible, save money. You hear us talk about that probably several times in each video, but, for Amber and I, saving money has been something, early in our relationship that we were forced to do because there wasn't a lot of it to go around at all. And so we still carry that mindset many years into our marriage that, it's just best to live below your means, because at the end of the day, when Murphy hits, and he's always around the corner, you would have at least given yourself during times where things are a little bit better, that hedge against those times when things could get rough. So if you can save $1 or $2 or $3 or $4 or $10 or $100, we have done our job if you were able to accomplish that through our videos. So what we have here is the Nest unit, Nest AC thermometer, I guess is the right way to call it. You know what? Let me say the correct way. I don't want to dress this up. Hold on. See this little green box? Nest Learning Thermostat. Thank you. This thermostat controls half your energy bill. That's $1,000, $1,100 a year on average, but 20% that is wasted. It's talking about your original thermostat. Programmable thermostats were supposed to help, but only 11% of people program them to save energy. You can make it 12% if you add us. They're just too complicated, and that's why Nest programs itself, and 99% of Nest are running schedules to help save energy. So I heard about this unit. I actually saw it the first time in Best Buy a couple of months ago, and it was just very, very, very expensive. And as much as I'd like to tell myself, well, it'll pay for itself after the first year and blah, 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 it was, I believe, $250 right now. And I just personally didn't feel like the savings would catch up sooner than the investment. I'm very big on the opportunity cost of things, and it just wasn't worth it at the time. So good old-fashioned Craigslist came up. I just typed it in the search, and lo and behold, it was there. So anyways, this unit is something that we are about to show you how to install. This is only for individuals that have Honeywell units, thermostats that are very basic Honeywell units. If you have other types of units, then you may want to Google it to see if it's compatible with the Nest thermostat. But I'm very excited to get this thing popping and start saving money in our household, because we are a busy family, and if we can at least know that our heating and cooling bills are as efficient as possible, then that's just more money to attack other things in life. So I'm going to get started. I just wanted to do a quick rant about it first. The reviews have been very good from what I've read and what I've seen online. This is the second generation unit, so it's not the newest one. There's a third generation unit, but I bought this one used on Craigslist. Well, the person promised that it was brand new, but it looked like it was used. But I don't care. But for what I paid for it, if something went wrong with it, I didn't come out of a lot of money. So I paid $80 for it from a guy on Craigslist. But everything looked good. The unit looked fine. So, it is what it is. But let's get it going, and I'll check back with you guys in a moment. Peace. Okay, guys, so I shut off the main power into the home from our fuse box just to be on the safe side. Our brother's not trying to get shocked over saving no money. So we have a Honeywell system here. Our system looks like this, and I'm gonna follow the instructions on YouTube. They seem pretty straightforward. The main thing is that you want to shut the power off into your home, then pop off your original plate. Again, this how-to is really for Honeywell systems, so if you have anything other than Honeywell, I really can't help you with that. But most homes have a Honeywell system, so you literally just pop it off, and the different colors here are going to be what you're going to plug into the different codes that are on the Nest system. So you're getting ready to see that next. But remember to match the colors up and the letters with the same colors and letters you see on the Nest system. Okay, and you just unscrew your old unit using the screwdriver that came with Nest. With the Nest, this is a really nifty screwdriver, by the way. I believe the inside has other adapters for different type of screwdrivers, so definitely gonna hold on to this once we are done installing the Nest unit. Okay, quick tip, guys. Inside of each of the individual, I believe these are fuses, you have to pull them out very gently, okay? So you can use the Nest screwdriver to actually unscrew each of the fuses from each one of the color codes. And what I did, since the power is off, I actually took a picture of the letters that each corresponding fuse matches up to. Again, this is strictly if your unit looks like this. You may have a more advanced system in your home that the system may have additional wiring, or it may be what's called a high voltage AC unit, high voltage control system. If that's the case, what's been explained on the Nest instructional video is do not use the Nest if you have a high voltage system. You'll know it's high voltage because you'll have thicker wires that may be attached into, have little yellow caps on them. But really, if they're thicker wires, or if it looks any more complicated than these simple colors here, then the Nest will not work in your system. All right, let's get these screws out of here. Okay, so we have gotten the complete old system off, and I installed the base plate that comes with the Nest system. All I'm gonna do at this point is match the colors that were on the original letters that you guys saw in the previous clip to the corresponding letters on here. That's all that you need to do, is just match what you saw on the old one to what you see here. I bought this, as I indicated already, I believe. I bought this from a guy on Craigslist, and I really have no way of testing that this actually works. The system actually works, because you couldn't plug it up into anything from Craigslist, but I just trust that, you know, the guy was on the up and up, and that I got an incredible deal on a second generation Nest learning system. Paid 80 bucks for it. It was going on Craigslist for around $150. So the guy just was like, it was his dad's. His dad didn't know what to do with it or how to install it, so he gave it to him. He knew he wasn't going to use it, and so put it up on Craigslist. So just one of the other reasons why I love Craigslist. So we will get these matched up, plugged up, and turn the power back on, and let you guys know how it goes. Also, the Nest units come with an optional plate here. If you're one of the people that are not really filling holes that you may see on your wall, like here, you can see one hole that we have here from our old system. There was another one here, but this unit covered it up. What I'm more than likely gonna do is just throw some stucco over this and then just repaint that, because we have the paint that we use when we purchase the home. So that's it. But if you've got a lot of holes, then the breastplate, I call it a breastplate, the faceplate goes behind this unit. You just put it against the wall, level it up, and then you put the base in front of it. But ours is cool. It's not too bad at all. Just that one little hole. So we're good. All right, let's get this stuff set up and powered on, because the power is off and it is starting to get hot up in here. All right, so we have got all the colors matched up to the corresponding letters. The instructional booklet that came with the Nest was very, very helpful. As you see, it's pretty level because the bubble is pretty much in the middle. But the main thing that I saw on YouTube that I wanted to make sure didn't happen was that it was flush into the wall and not kind of moving at all, which it isn't. So we're gonna connect this Nest back to the unit and then turn the power on and go from there. All right, let's see. This is really neat. My babe will tell you I am not a techie parts. I'm not an installer guy. I'm not a DIYer at all. But I also don't want to spend unnecessary money if it's something that I can figure out thanks to YouTube. So, all right, you push it into your click. Okay, it's clicked in. Okay, pretty secure in there. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna cut the power on and go from there. Peace. Okay, it's on. It's giving us all our options. So let me figure this out. Ooh, English. Of course, English. Let's come see, sweetie.
I'll come and see too.
All right, got it. We're gonna all learn together. All right, so first option is English. So I believe you click it in to select it.
Oh, that's cool.
Confirm your choice, English. Click it in. Set up steps, internet connection. So we turned off the entire power into the home. So we'll give it a moment. That way it can catch the Wi-Fi network and then we can get past this step. Okay, so our internet's back up and running. So I'll click internet connection. Connect to the internet for remote control, updates, and local weather, of course, because we're techies. Okay, so we'll find our network, and I believe to control up and down, you turn the wire. Okay, yeah, you turn it. So let's find our network. Okay, this is our network right here. Ephesians 3:20. Praise the Lord. So whoever's in our neighborhood, they're gonna get some inspiration. They're gonna get some inspiration. Okay, so we click in here. Okay, password. All right, we'll check back with y'all on that one. Hold on one second. Okay, so it's connecting to our Wi-Fi network. We just entered in our password. Okay, so it is online. So let us press to continue and see what happens. One neat thing I like about the Nest that I already noticed and I heard about it was that it's motion censored. So it'll begin to learn the habits of your home and your heating and cooling needs. And it also has motion sensors. So if it doesn't sense any movement in the home, it will assume that you're gone. And turn off. So if you have those scenarios where you're heading out on road trips or out of town for any reason, we are a big traveling family, so it happens. And there have been scenarios where I said, God dog it, I forgot to turn off the air conditioning. And for those 4 or 5 days, the house is getting cool and nobody's there to enjoy the cool air. So this is going to already save money and pay for itself in a very short time frame. Because of that feature alone. My babe is a stay-at-home mom currently, and so when her and Lib are moving around, she may forget to turn off the air conditioner because I leave early in the mornings, and it'll automatically know nobody's home and shut off. So that's just a really neat thing. And if you have the app, you can control it. If you're heading back home and you want to make sure that the house is cool to a certain temperature, you just log into the app, and it'll automatically communicate with the Nest unit. That's why it needed to be connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, it's downloading an update. So hopefully that means it'll have the latest software installed. Okay, so it's done downloading the most recent Nest software and updating. So now it takes us to the next section that we need to complete, which is heating and cooling. So let's click that in. Are you a professional Nest installer? We are professionals in everything we do in life, but no, we are homeowners. You click that, equipment detected. Okay, so this is just showing you a digital version of the base, the way that the cords were installed on the base unit. And it's just kind of letting you know that this is what it detects. So hopefully I did it all right. I believe I did because I followed the illustration from the picture of our old unit that I took. So we'll click continue. What's installed? Heating system, yes, we have a heating system. Cooling system, yes, we have that as well, and a fan. Click continue. What is the fuel source for your heating? Gas. Oil, oh yes, it's gas. I'm sorry. For your heating is gas. Click yes. What type of heating do you have? Forced air. Okay, our location. Your location lets Nest set the local time and determine the weather. Wow, it tells us the weather.
That's cool.
Neat, very neat. Okay, well, we're in the U.S. of A. What is your zip code? Okay, let me move away from that. Okay, so we entered in our zip code, and now it's asking the previous. I didn't hit the record button, so I apologize, but it asked the question to please describe your home, and it's a single family home. Of course, if your home is different, then you'll select the different options that were available. Now it's asking, where is the thermostat Nest? Okay, it is currently, we live in a home where all the bedrooms are upstairs. So I will find where it's most relevant to our system, our home setup. Okay, and it is currently upstairs. And so you just click in when you're done with that. And one quick thing I want to say about Nest that you guys may not be aware of is that the creators of the Nest program were former Apple design engineers. So as you kind of see from the look of it, it kind of reminds you of an iPhone, an older, like an iPhone, iPad kind of setup. So they brought that simplicity to home air conditioning and heating units. And that was just a side note. But the temperature, which is the last step, we click that in. Should Nest begin by heating or cooling your home? Okay, so we are in June, so it's of course summertime, so we'll select cooling. And what is the lowest and highest temperatures you'd like when you're away? So I say no more than what, sweetie, about 73 degrees. That's as hot as we ever want it to be in here. 73.
Yeah, 73 sounds perfect.
73. Okay. Heat to. Oh, when we're away. Okay.
I say 75 or 74 because when I come home, it still seems pretty cool downstairs at least.
How warm do we want it when we're away? If it's cold, if we're not here, we don't care.
Yeah. You said it's only 70 is the highest?
Mm-hmm.
But it's yes, 70.
That must be the most energy efficient.
Yeah.
So heat it till it's about 70 degrees. And so we click that. And how cool do we want the home when we're away? Let's say cool to about 80 degrees. No more than 80 degrees in the home. That's how cool we want it. Oh, I'm sorry.
I would say 70.
See, these questions are a little confusing here. Hold on. Okay, so we had to put our thinking caps together because we're a smart couple. At least we like to believe we're a very smart couple. And so we just read the question and kind of talked it through, and we said, okay, when we're away, we want the hottest it would ever be to be 70 degrees, and the coolest it would ever be to be 76. So it's kind of like it's not comfortable. It's comfortable while you're gone, and your home won't be freezing when you come back if it's winter, or it won't be steaming hot when you come back when it's summer. So it'll always keep the temperature at a comfortable level, at least for when you come in. But of course, you will have the option if you want to completely shut down your system. But this makes the most sense from an energy efficient standpoint. It's usually not recommended to keep your system off for long periods of time because when you turn it back on, it's going to work that much harder to bring down the temperature in the home if it's very, very hot or very, very cold. You actually save more money by letting it run on its own even keel from a temperature standpoint and just adjusting as needed. But if you've got good insulation in your home, then your home should already maintain a constant temperature one way or the other. So we'll click that in. Done. Okay, your adjustments help Nest learn your preferred temperature schedule. Continue. Nest temperature sensors need some time to calibrate automatically. That's fine. All right, so we are finished. And just as I finished, I could hear our AC unit actually turning on. So what it's doing right now is it's going to begin cooling down. And we'll say we want the temperature to be, what's comfortable for us is about 74 while we're moving around. All right, guys, so we will report back how this system works so far at some point in the near future. But this is the Nest Learning System 2nd generation. There is a 3rd generation out now. I believe from my research, the difference in pricing is pretty significant, but what you get in the 3rd generation, it may not be anything that a first-time user would care about. But all I cared about was the ability to have it connect wirelessly, which the 2nd generation does, as well as have the ability to control it via app as well if you're away from home, because of the Wi-Fi connection. So as always, this is Marvin,
Amber,
and Liberty on her tablet. And we're with the Family O, guys. If you guys have a Nest unit in your home, please let us know how you've been enjoying it in the comments. And we appreciate you rocking with this particular series. I haven't figured out the name of the series, but it may be something like Hack Your Home for the Summer or Save Money, some kind of relevancy to savings in your household. Whether you're a homeowner, apartment owner, whatever the case is, there are different things you can do to save money. Okay, guys, as I indicated in the previous segment, the sole reason I purchased the Nest, in addition to it being a great price, was the fact that you could control the thermostat from an app. And so I wanted to show you guys quickly, I'm going to turn the brightness down here. I wanted to show you guys quickly how the Nest thermostat app works. It's in the Apple App Store as well as Android. So here it is here. And so you click it, and what it's showing currently is our home is what I titled it, showing the current temperature and the weather, which is really neat. And the current temperature inside our home is 73 degrees. As you see, it has the little green leaf that you probably see there. That's telling you that based on the temperature and the time of day, you are running your home in an energy efficient manner. Whenever you see that green leaf there, it's basically telling you that you're running your home in an energy efficient manner. So if I wanted to change the temperature, I just click there, and it'll show me a dial that looks very similar to the actual Nest unit. And I can, punch up the weather, punch up the temperature, punch it down using these arrows here. But because it's pretty much set to how we want it for the remainder of the evening, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to touch it. But if I wanted to, I can control the temperature here. It's telling me that the humidity inside is about 57%. Outside temperature is 79%. One more feature that I like about the Nest unit is that it has an auto away feature. And what that does is if you allow it to know your current location, and that's something that you turn on or off in the iPhone, if you forget to turn down your temperature to maybe your away settings, it will actually, based on your phone's location, tell if you're in the home or not in the home, and it will automatically set to your away settings. So if I wanted to manually do it, I could click the away button, and the preset settings that I showed you guys in the last segment, where I was saying how hot I'd want the home to be in the wintertime and how cool I'd want the home to be during the summertime, those were the settings that are preset as my auto away settings. But again, I can turn it off manually, turn it on manually to the away settings. But if I leave the home, then it will automatically know that I've left the home. And if no one's home, then automatically set it to the away settings. So that's a really neat feature, being able to control it from your phone. Because I can't tell you, especially given that we travel a lot, how many times we're halfway to the airport and I'm like, God dog it, I forgot to turn the AC off. So the entire time we're gone, our home is basically being cooled down and we're not even there. So that's just wasting money. So again, this is just episode 1 of our Hack Your Home series, automating your summer expenses and your summer heating and cooling expenses by using the Nest app. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for checking us out. Peace.
Please